Hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you about a cool short series in which each episode is like a separate movie. But, before I start, I want to ask you to like it. For you it's a second of business, but for me it's a huge motivation. Well, don't forget to subscribe. Nightmares and Fantastic Visions. This is the main character, a mercenary named Renshaw, who arrives at the gates of the Maurice Toy Company. And this is Morris himself. He is the president of the company, and he happens to be the next victim of the killer. He looks through the shelves with toys and finds the green fairy, and the killer meanwhile makes sure that the target is in the building. After he begins training, takes a gun and puts a mask on his face. He uses a phone in which it is written that it is a bomb and the countdown begins. The guard is being tricked and trying to throw the phone away into the street. But then the killer is waiting for him. He takes the keys from the poor guy and turns off all the cameras. On the way to the goal, he kills another guard. He goes into Morris's office and without saying anything immediately completes the task, and as a souvenir he takes the toy and leaves. Here, after a while, he is already flying on the plane and informs the customer that everything went well. The girl next to him asks to share the gum and opening the bag, he accidentally shows the toy and she reacts very strangely to it. The mercenary landed and sees a girl at the airport with a strange toy that he has already seen in the building in which he carried out the order, but he does not attach importance to this. Already at home, he notices another toy that he saw when he killed Morris. They bring him a package, but he does not open the door, but the girl just leaves it at the threshold. Curiosity still takes over and he opens a box in which there are a lot of toys, plastic soldiers in the box. He examines them but finds nothing suspicious. Later, the box itself falls off the table. He comes closer to look, but to his great surprise, all the soldiers disappear. Strange things begin to happen in the house. The curtains move and the light turns off by itself. Suddenly something hurts his leg under the table. He pulls a plastic rifle from his shoe, looks under the bedside table and a barrage of fire falls on him from there. A real war begins, bullets and missiles are flying at him, but he manages to hide in the bathroom and he tries to realize what is happening. He looks out with the help of a mirror and sees how the shelling does not subside. Then the toy soldiers notice Renshaw and release a rocket into the mirror. The man decided to fight back and took out his gun, after which he sneaks into the kitchen and takes a more powerful gun and shoots small warriors. He turns over the sofa and sees a lot of small bodies. The surviving soldiers help the wounded and get into the jeep. He sees that they want to escape and he starts to crush them with his foot, and it seemed like the army was broken. But helicopters fly out from under the pedestal. They are much more serious than infantry and start firing. Renshaw is hiding again, but he is wounded. Having patched up the wounds, he still does not fully realize that everything is really happening. But time is short. The door explodes and helicopters fly in. But Renshaw catches them and throws them into the toilet. The soldiers refuse to surrender, and he kills them by putting a hairdryer in the water. After that, he stitches up his wound. After a while Renshaw sees a shadow and a note under the door. The soldier puts a note and asks him to surrender. He sends them in return. He is about to put the note back, but realizes that it is a trap and sees that the soldiers are ready to open fire from artillery guns. They smash the door and Renshaw climbs out of the window to escape, but this is the 14th floor. He manages to get to his balcony, but the helicopter attacks him. He almost falls down. Renshaw shoots them with a pistol and the helicopter crashes. He decides to distract the soldiers using a rubber duck, and attacks them with a fire extinguisher. And then uses an aerosol and burns part of the army, then cuts their bodies with a knife. He crushes the last surviving soldiers with a box. Renshaw collects all the bodies and counts them so as not to miss anyone. The figure coincides with the quantity on the box, but there was still an inscription on it about some kind of bonus. And while Renshaw is swimming in the pool to relax, his wrist is cut. He stitches up the cut and realizes that someone has stayed, but does not decide to fight further. He tries to escape, but the panel breaks in the elevator and the light goes out. Renshaw looks around with a flashlight, but there is no one on the floor. But inside the panel, he sees a small parody of Rambo. Since the elevator is stuck, he has to get out into the mine and jump on another passing elevator. He thinks he has finally escaped, but does not yet know that the little soldier is already sitting on it. He climbs on Renshaw and starts stabbing, but it does little harm. The man catches the commander and puts the head of a small soldier between two elevator doors. Breaks it into small pieces. Renshaw is glad that these toys are finally finished, but notices that the little soldier's body is mined and an explosion occurs killing him. This is the end of the episode. Write your opinion about it in the comments, and also rate from 1 to 10. Don't forget that you can support us with a subscription and a like, as well as click on the bell to watch new videos first.